Hi, this is Duncan from Rock and Roll Reviews. I'm joined by Dave and Andy from We Came as Romans. How you doing, guys?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing really well. Right. So you guys are headlining the Rock Sound Empiric and Exposure Tour, is that right?
Yeah, nailed it.
It's a bit of a mouthful.
Yeah, I had to practice saying it.
You're on tour with some pretty cool bands, right enough. How's the tour been going so far?
Tonight's the first night, so we're
Is it already?
Yeah, but it's cool because we know all the bands on the tour.
Yeah.
We've toured with the Color Morale like a million times, and we took Chunk out in America, and we liked them, so we were like, let's take them out again. And then we met
Pukul Pop.
Yeah, we met Palm Reader at Pukul Pop, and we were like, these guys are really cool, like they're good bands, so we'll take them out. Okay, too. So it's kind of like we already know each other.
Yeah.
So I know it's going to be good.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't know this was the first night, so good,
first night.
Good city to start in. Glasgow crowds tend to be quite wild.
You
guys were here not that long ago as well, weren't you?
It was about 2 years ago.
Yeah,
2 years ago.
Been here, so
Right.
Bums me out. I wish we would have been here more.
I mean, UK crowds in general, I mean, it's a question you'll probably get asked by every member of the UK press, but do they differ from American crowds at all, or,
It's like, I mean, the energy's still there for sure.
Yeah.
But in America, we've been touring America since 2008.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we've been touring there so much, like we have a bigger fan base there than in the UK. We're still trying to grow here. So that's probably the biggest difference. But the energy's there, the heart's there.
I think there's a lot more like loyalty too in the UK for like a lot of like certain bands. You know what I mean? And since we've been coming back so much, I feel like we're gaining a lot more of that. So you can definitely kind of see it. Especially the last time we played the UK was Warped Tour.
Yeah.
And that was probably the biggest reaction, especially because we just released our third record.
Yes.
And just the feedback has been really good. So I feel like the difference between the UK and the US is like kind of like almost like the loyalty kind of thing. So
I mean, I've never heard a band ever say a bad word against the Warped Tour. I take it as pretty mental, I would assume.
It's a great tour, and and the reason why it's so successful, I feel like, is because Kevin Lyman just gears it towards like the fans and the people that attend Warped Tour.
Yeah.
And that's that's why everyone loves going to it. And that's the only thing it's about.
That's brilliant. So your most recent album, Tracing Back Roots, it was released just last July. When you approached to write an album like that, did you try maybe anything different in the approach to it, or are you pretty much an organic band that you kind of already have things sussed out before you go into a studio to record?
It was a little of both. I mean, we wrote so much material. We scrapped like lots of songs actually, and we we try to save them. We're like, no, this isn't good enough. And honestly,
15 or 16 songs total, and we only used like 11 of them. So. And one of them we already had written prior with John Feldman. So Hope. So
yeah, we did. But we didn't really. I don't know. We didn't want to write a lot of stuff because we wanted to do a lot of writing with John too.
Yeah.
And see how that turned out. So I guess when you're asking, I mean, it was kind of a little of both. Yeah,
I mean, he's got, John's got like a formidable catalogue of bands he's worked with and albums that he's produced. I mean, what was that like recording?
Dude, he's got a whole wall in his studio of just...
Very intimidating.
Yeah, gold records.
Like, oh man, there's the Used, Good Charlotte, Hillary Duff, like, just the list goes on and on,
He'll be like, I like this vocal part better, and you're like, well... You have a lot more gold records than I do.
So. Trust your judgment. Plus,
trust you.
Also, I mean, like, what's cool too is the environment is completely different from what we were recording prior. We were doing it in Connersville, Indiana, on our last records. Yeah. And now on this third record, we were we were in California, where like you have this nice weather, and he's got like a cool little pad where everything's way more relaxed. There's like a pool there and like ping pong, and so like. It was easier to breathe. I feel like we didn't really get cabin fever this time, and I feel like that relaxed kind of vibe definitely kind of like creeps in certain parts of the record where you kind of feel it. So.
And I mean, would you, if given the opportunity, would you go back and record with him again?
Yeah. Oh yes, definitely.
I mean, he was the easiest person to work with too. I mean, just like our ideas, he was stoked on, and we were stoked on his ideas, and everything just clicked. And like Andy said, we recorded way more material than we needed, and in less time than we needed.
Yeah.
Because everything was just flowing so easily. It was great.
I also think, like he also gives off this kind of natural kind of sound that we weren't used to.
Yeah.
And I feel like going in that, we were way more comfortable and kind of knew what was more going on. Everything was a little bit more organic and kind of more of our speed. And you can tell the difference within, our prior records and this record. It's a lot more like heartfelt, and that's something that we really wanted to like touch base on. That's what the overall theme of our music is. So those two kind of things going together, I feel like John was like the perfect choice for that record.
Excellent. And then you had Aaron Gillespie, who guested on the album as well. Are you friends with him? Was that just a case of a phone call? Or?
We've all just looked up to him and Underoath like so much, and we reached out to him, and we were shocked when he like responded with, "Yeah, he'll do it," because like we've never met him or anything, and we just we just idolized the guy, and he liked the track, and so we recorded it and sent it back. It's pretty amazing.
It was cool. We were definitely not sure what was going on, but he was really nice and like kind of like stoked about it, and that was kind of like a dream come true for us. Something to kind of check off like the bucket list. Have one of your favorite artists and singers be on a record with you. So it was really cool.
So you guys are still a young band, but you've been on the go for a while. So the kind of record industry as it stands just now, it's kind of changed quite a lot. Just even in the last 5 years, how bands approach recording albums, even tours now are different. From the point of view when you first got signed, have you been aware of having to be more interactive through social media and stuff like that, or is that something that hasn't impacted?
That's a huge change we've all had to like try to make as a band. Because like when we first got signed, like Twitter had just started, and it was MySpace was the old thing, and, but now like it's insane how much social media and the internet has to do with your band's popularity. Like we actually like had to have like a band discussion, like, okay guys, like we can't just tour and sell records. We gotta like push stuff on the internet more, because we weren't really used to that before. And it's been something that we've just started probably the last couple of years.
And like it's so crazy how like this day and age, like people can like keep tabs on not even just the band but specific members of the band. And that like opens up a whole new world, because they don't only want to know what the band is doing, but they want to know what you're interested in. So that like leaves this whole like open, endless kind of gateway for them to be like, oh man, like they like this video game, or they like these records, or they like doing this in their spare time. So it's like such an eye opener, and so that it's hard to find bands of our genre like being put in the spotlight on like MTV and stuff like that. It's a lot more. You can't really get to it. So I feel like with all that social media, that's the closest these fans can get to like that kind of like media. If you will.
Definitely.
So utilizing that to your band and posting stuff on your personal page, not only as your band page and stuff like that, is just huge. And a lot of people like, they, I don't know, it's just like it's a crazy new thing. Yeah, they cling to it. So it's like, that is a huge thing in letting your fans know what's going on, and it's definitely changed the game for sure.
Yeah. So 2014, what's coming up? Do you have any festival dates, or is it big tours and things like that? What's on the cards?
Yeah, we're booked completely right now, pretty much through fall.
We're gonna do that world tour with U2 that we just announced. And so
U2, Linkin Park, us, right before Linkin Park, U2, and Slipknot below that. And
so it'll be pretty good. I don't know if it'll draw, but
no, we have a lot of
we'll see what happens. Ticket sales are a little low, I'll have to get on my Instagram and let people know that they're still available. Come on, guys. But go ahead, sorry.
No, we're booked, but we can't really talk about a lot of it yet. But we're trying to like just play like, I don't know, as much as we can, and all over the world, and just keep all of our fans stoked, and keep going places where we've been, and I don't know, maybe try to go somewhere new. We really want to go to South Africa. We've never been there.
Right.
Yeah.
And obviously, plan for the rest of the year. Is there plans to take a break before the next album, or is it just just kind of right back in again? And
no, the biggest issue that we usually have with recording and getting a new record out is like, okay, when are you guys willing to take a couple months off to record the record? Because usually, we even write on the road and everything, so we just don't stop. ever.
That's not necessarily a bad thing.
No.
Especially when you've got youth on your side.
Dude, we had like a month and a half at home, and I was getting cabin fever so bad. I was like, I gotta get out of here.
We're trying to find different things to like preoccupy our time. You know what I mean?
I wound up just flying actually to Colorado to go snowboarding because I was just like, I need to do something. Like I'm losing my mind.
So, the last question we always ask every band, because our website primarily deals with music, but we also do movie reviews. We like to ask everyone, have you seen a film recently? And if so, good film or bad film, and why?
Dude, Andy and I actually went and saw it together. We saw Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh yeah,
and it was
long.
But it was awesome.
Oh my god!
It threw me way off too because I thought it was gonna be like more of like a serious movie.
We both thought it was gonna be like a drama.
Oh right, yeah.
But it was more of like there's so many like hilarious comical parts in it.
Yeah.
It was like it's really like the environment of what I thought it was gonna be like this serious like movie. It was more like had a sort of relaxed like funny like kind of like feel to it.
That
just
scene
like
where he's
I was like
wasted on drugs and
Yeah.
drive up there is fun.
I was just gonna
it's
say
so funny,
that
man.
scene, and then one other scene. I was crying. I was laughing so hard.
Yeah.
Like in the movie theater, I just like sitting there crying because it was so funny, and I couldn't even like compose myself for like a few minutes to like, even keep watching the movie.
What's funny
It's
too
so
is
funny.
there's in that movie there's a part where they go like this and they're all like going, oh, and like singing the song. But someone took that scene and then put the sugar.
Oh, it's the basic bills. It's the same.
Same stages.
Fucking genius.
And so like I sent it to like all like him and like the rest of the band and everything, and he's in the shower and like goes out and he like looks at his phone and it's the video. I hear him
I was
laughing.
by
from,
myself, and I was just dying. And for like a few days, we'd watch it like
Yeah.
at least 10 times a day.
There's an online petition just now.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
The online
Yeah.
petition to try and get Leonardo DiCaprio to show at one of the Meshuggah concerts, which is just it's fucking crazy, man. It's perfect though. It fits so well.
It's all on time and everything.
Yeah, and like I love the guy that has like the toupee. He's like so into it. He's like,
The series guy's hilarious too because he looks like he'd be like a band member or something. And he's just, it's so funny, man.
It is a really, really good film though. I mean, Scorsese.
it actually got rated better than Inception.
Yeah.
That blew my mind because I thought Inception is one of the best movies to come out.
Yeah, I agree.
in a while.
Feeling mind-blown that film.
I heard Jonah Hill too is like a really huge fan of Scorsese. And
Yeah.
I read an article, I don't know how true it is, but apparently he worked for minimum wage just to work with Scorsese on Wall Street. And he killed it. Like I think he's like okay.
He's absolutely brilliant.
I think he's like okay, but Wolf of Wall Street, like he was so funny.
Yeah, he's like perfect.
His character was perfect.
His teeth are
Yeah.
pure white. He's kind of freaky when he's smiling as much.
Well, it's funny because he's so aware, but he's so unaware. Like when he's like quitting his job, he's like, I quit.
What's the company he was talking about when he was all messed up and he started
I don't know.
he pulled his dick out. And,
Oh no, he was on.
he was like
on Moods. Or
no, what
whatever.
was the company he was saying though?
Oh, it was some shoe company.
Yeah, he was like shoo.
Yeah, and he's like trying to.
He was like trying to say it.
He's like so stoked, but he couldn't
Yeah.
say anything.
Oh man,
that movie's
such a good
hilarious.
film. Like you say, if you're not expecting that sort of level, because it is quite long, and I thought I actually went through pretty quick because of the humour in it.
Oh yeah,
I didn't even know.
Fucking
It was like
serious.
2.5 hours or something like that, and it just flew by. So it was
it felt
so
like
funny,
it.
and you're like locked in too. You know, the first scene he's like on a helicopter, like trying to fly or something like that. And he's all like wasted, and the co-pilot's like, all right, man, he's just trying to fly this helicopter, like all messed up.
the movie's awesome.
Yeah, that was definitely my top favorite of this. It came out last year, right? Or was it
It
this
was
year?
end of last year, so just
Okay.
come out over
Yeah.
here, like last month.
Go see it. It's so fun.
Yeah, it's really good.
Well, thanks very much for your time, guys. Tracing Back Roots is still available just now. Go out, buy the album, go out to see these guys on tour. Thanks very much for your time, guys.
Yeah,
It's a pleasure.
thank you.
Thank you.